What's up, fellow junkies, and welcome back. I am your host, Horror Junkies 509, and this is going to be episode 3 of my horror collection, Revealed. So, like before, you guys, I'm going to just continue on right where I left off in part 2. Go right through my horror collection right where I left off. Show you each movie, and I'm going to say a little bit about it. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and cut ourselves right into this new episode. Alright, you guys, so the first one, Adam Green's Frozen. And if you guys are Disney fans out there, I'm sorry, Let It Go is not in this one. This was way before that movie, so let's definitely not try and hold ourselves on this one. This is a movie I talked about in my last, The Gory Details with Jeff. This movie is like taking all place in a seat taking you up to the mountain, you know, skiing and stuff. They got stuck there, and they were going to be stuck there for a week. Very great movie. This movie, even though it's all taking place in one spot, they did such a good job with it. Adam Green, the same guy who did Hatchet, awesome movie. I highly recommend that one. Alright guys, so write down Classic Avenue. Here we are. The original, The Hills Have Eyes. I know a lot of people talk a lot on how disturbing the remakes were. These aren't as disturbing, I wouldn't say. Maybe they were disturbing back then, but I mean, these are great movies done by the late great Wes Craven, man. So bad that legend passed, man. I'm still in shock about that. But the original Hills of Eyes, pretty similar to the remake first one. So if you guys haven't seen this one and you want to check it out, it's very similar to the first remake. Moving forward to the sequel, The Hills of Eyes 2. This is not a good movie. Like, it's just not well done. I heard Wes Craven didn't even want to do this. This is something he kind of just threw together. But it's a sequel. I'm a completist, so I have to have it. Whatever. Hills of Ice 2. But like I was saying earlier, guys, the remake. The remake of The Hills of Ice. This movie is sick. I love this movie. It's so good. For a remake, this is one of the few remakes I will let stand on its own. I thought it was so good. What they did with it, how they changed it. Just such a very, very well done movie. I think Wes Craven actually had his hand in this one as well, which always helps when you have the master himself. Never hurts. Alright, but same street, you guys. The remake, The Hills of Ice 2, still, they couldn't do it a second time. This is still not that great of a movie. Watchable. I'm a completist, so here it is. Not really getting into the stories much, you guys, with what the movie is, because that kills my time like nobody's business. I have talked about this next movie quite a little bit in, I think, my Franchise Fridays with The Psycho. If you guys haven't checked that out, definitely check it out. I got a new one coming up. Hitchcock. This is such a cool movie because not only does Anthony Hopkins play such an amazing Alfred Hitchcock, but this is a movie on them basically making Psycho. It's almost like a documentary almost on how it happened, but this is like the true event story on how like they made the movie, and it's a trip, you guys. The things that they weren't allowing people to do back then, it almost seems unimportant, but I guess back then it was whatever. All right, guys, another remake here, The Hitcher. I have not seen the original. That disgusts me a little bit. And I've had chances to do it, but I liked this movie very well. I thought it was very well done. I went and saw this movie with my dad in theaters, and I didn't know my dad was a jumpy guy until then. Yeah, it was a trip. Very good remake. I enjoy it. Definitely worth checking out. If you hate it, hate on. Alright, guys. So a little bit more gory for the gory fans out there. I'm definitely pro gore, guys. Hostel. Can't really go wrong with these movies if you're in torture horror. I'm not crazy into torture horror, but I mean, I like these movies. I think they put them together very well. Written and directed by Eli Roth. I mean, you can't go wrong with that guy, man. Hostel, definitely worth watching. And write down, same road, you guys, Hostel Part 2. Definitely another great sequel. There's some scenes in this movie that made me just cringe. Guys out there, if you've seen the end of this movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, I gave you time to think about it. You know what I'm talking about now. Definitely, this end of this movie just made me see something I've never wanted to see, but definitely worth watching. Part 3, I did not like when I watched it. I don't have it, but I've been hearing reviews that it wasn't as bad as I thought it was, so maybe I need to rewatch it. I think it's still on Netflix, so maybe I'll give it another try. Alright, kind of a blind buy here, but, I mean, not bad. I watched this movie twice, I had to give it another chance. The House October Built. It's kind of a mockumentary, these friends that go looking for haunted houses around October time. Obviously, that's when the haunted houses, like, actually ones that people put on, you know, Halloween comes along, people dress up, put on a haunted house. That's what's going on. They're going all around the world, I guess the country, finding haunted houses. They're looking for a particular one, and it doesn't quite go their way. Not a bad movie if you actually are willing to sit and pay attention. Very good flick. I enjoyed it very much. Alright guys, ride on down to Gruesome Town. Hope you guys didn't eat much before this. House of a Thousand Corpses. This is the very first movie directed by Rob Zombie. And man, this is when we find out how truly sick this guy was. Yeah, his music is what it is. This is where he introduced one of my favorite characters, Captain Spaulding. I don't even want to give anything away in this movie. I love Rob Zombie as a director, and I'll say this 1,000 times. The only movie I don't like of his is Halloween 2. And when we get to that, when we get to my Blu-ray section, we'll talk about it. But Rob Zombie, if you guys are looking for more creative horror movies, definitely check his out. He's a master, and I very much enjoy his movies. Alright guys, next one. The House of the Devil. This is one of those movies that has such a great atmosphere that it carries the movie almost. Like, there's not much going on in this movie, but man, does it pay off. This is such a good movie, I almost couldn't believe it. It's very slow going, so be ready to, like, sit for a while. It's enjoyable if you're really into atmosphere and, like, it's, like, this kind of movie, a slow-paced horror movie. It's definitely worth it. It's very suspenseful. They did a great job with it. I recommend this one. Just don't come barging down my door if you didn't like it. Alright, another remake. I have not seen the original of this one either, but I like this one. I can't say I hate it. House of Wax. I enjoy this movie. I really need to see the original. Working on it. My favorite part in this movie is that, I forget her name, Paris Hilton. I love that she dies. It's just such a justice. That's why when this movie gets talked about even, it's because she gets killed in it. And if you guys know horror, I think you guys know what I'm talking about, man. It's actually a pretty gruesome kill, and it's just radical. Alright guys, I'm getting to my weird side here. I don't know how you guys feel about these movies, but I'm a fan. You guys ready? Okay. The Human Centipede Part 1. I thought this movie, like, people are so disturbed by this, but I mean, you guys, I'm a big believer. This is just a movie. Yeah, they made a way for this to be 100% medically accurate, so this procedure could happen, but I really doubt that someone would go this far. I mean, there's sick people out there, but come on. This is just a movie, you guys. Very fun concept. I enjoyed this movie very much. If you guys just get up a little bit, it's not so bad. It's not, I mean, everything is led to your imagination on this one. You don't really see a whole lot on this one. Worth watching, you guys. Come on, guys. It's just a little weird. Try something new. Alright, guys, right down with it. The Human Centipede 2. Now, if you can't handle that one, don't bother putting this one in, because this one does all the deep, dark disgustingness that the first one didn't have. There's the third one out. I'm waiting for it. I can't wait for it. You guys will probably think I'm morbid, but whatever. That's what you come to the Horror Junkie for. But this one, everything you may have wanted, you thought maybe that one was too lackluster, watch this one. Definitely. And hopefully I'll be able to show Part 3 soon. It's not there. Not yet. We'll get there. Alright guys, not quite horror, but it's got horror. It's very horror-ish. It's got horror ties to it. Idle Hands. Now this is such a fun horror comedy. If you guys haven't checked this out, man, you guys need to wake up a little bit. I didn't watch this movie for a long time, but one of my buddies got it, and I watched it, and I went out and immediately bought it. Love this flick. So good. Next up, an original. I Spit on Your Grave. Now, this is a movie I need to revisit because it being an original, and I didn't really care for it. I don't know if that's known for this movie. I watched a remake first, and the remake is really good. But this being original, I gotta give it another chance, and I'm probably not gonna get rid of it either way, just because I love the remake so much. But the original, I need to give it another chance. This is definitely not a movie you want to watch if you are a little squeamish or you're holier than thou or whatever. So I don't quite recommend these types of movies. Got a rape scene in it. It is what it is, you guys. It's a movie, like I said. Then, like I said, you guys, the remake. Now, this is one sick movie. And it's a good movie. Like, this is a revenge film, but they both are. That's what I like about these movies. These poor women don't just get raped and thrown off to the side. These women get raped, thrown off to the side, and come back and rule shit. Like, that is the best type of movie ever. I mean, seriously. Who wants to see something really terrible happen to somebody and nothing is done over it? Now, that's crap. This is good stuff. They get their redemption. I'm into that. Alright, guys, so into more of a classic, The Interview of a Vampire. I love this movie for more of a movie just kind of sit down and not really have to pay attention, but I enjoy this movie. I've sat down and paid attention to it enough. I know exactly what's going on. Great vampire movie. If you guys are looking for a vampire movie you haven't seen, this is one worth it. If you're looking for vampires that sparkle, get off my channel. No, seriously. No Twilight people here, please. Because I'm here for real vampires, and this movie is a real vampire movie, you guys. Check it out if you guys haven't. Interview of the Vampire, awesome. Alright, guys, on to a documentary. Invaluable. This movie is about Tom Sullivan, the guy who did all the special effects for the Evil Dead, Army of Darkness series. Man, this guy, I didn't know, like, as much bad things happened to this guy. But, you know, all the great work he did in Evil Dead, this guy's awesome. This was such a cool documentary and, like, definitely worth checking out. I think you have to get it on their special website. Google it, and you might be able to find it. They're selling it all over the place. I don't know if it's on Amazon or not. I believe I got it from the website that I found it on, so definitely worth checking out. Next movie is actually getting a remake soon from what I understand. I mean, I feel like it's been at a standstill for so long, so hopefully we'll see it. It. Now, the one thing movies that this drives me crazy is this movie is so just picked on. People and everyone out there saying, I'm afraid of clowns blames this movie. You know what, everybody? I watched this movie as a kid, too, and I love clowns, okay? Love them. If you have a clown phobia, fine. But if everyone on this God's green earth keeps blaming it, this is just a great movie, you guys. I love this movie. I watch it all the time. I'm excited for the remake. Hopefully it don't ruin it, but, you know, remakes being a remake, it probably will. But this original is top-notch. It's amazing. I love it. You know, if you have a legit clown fear, fine. I mean, but don't blame a movie. Like, you know, I've admitted to you guys, I was afraid of certain movies, but, I mean, I still watch them to this day. I'm cool now. Kind of a new new, let's see here. What do I want to say? I don't want to say genre. Franchise. Joyride. Working on getting the other ones because I watched part 3 and that one was awesome. But I really enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed the Rusty Nails character. Trucker kind of slasher movie idea. I enjoy these movies. So I've watched this one and the third one. I need to see the second one. So I'm working on getting those ones, you guys. And my update should be coming up soon, hopefully. I'm still waiting for some movies to get here. To post is a pain. Even being a Prime member. Jeez. Alright, you guys, right back down to Zombie Town. George A. Romero's Land of the Dead. Like I've said before, every time I get a new Romero movie, I usually hate it the first time, and then I'll watch it again and love it. I don't know why it's that way, but it is. So Land of the Dead, you guys, definitely another great one by George A. Romero. Awesome stuff. Alright, guys, so my time is ticking down, so that's going to be the last one I'm going to do. So hopefully you guys stick with me out here. I probably still got 2 more episodes of this, hopefully, and we'll be able to get this finished up, and I hope you guys come with me and join me. I got more videos coming, I got updates, we got more gore details coming on. If you guys want to request a video, movie that we watch on that, give us a comment, leave us a post, and we will definitely try to do that for you guys. If I have the movie or not, I'll go get it. If it's a movie I want, I will go buy it. So you guys, let us know what you want to see. Like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you guys enjoy this. It's just another stab into my collection. We still got more to go. So you guys have a good one. Horror Junkies 519 signing out.